Ja, oh, hey, und mit dem gehen wir weiter. And with that, we are going forward. Let's go. Another video. All right, okay, well, let's go back into the content. All right. Okay, this is what we do here. How to make your life insanely simple in 6 months. How to make the greatest comeback of your life. Are you an over-explainer? The real reason you keep over-explaining yourself and how to fix it. 7 signs of being an over-explainer. 7 signs of unseen low self-esteem. 9 weird autistic traits you didn't realize were signs of autism. What does this trait say about yourself? What does this trait say about your partner? Are you actually autistic or are you really an introvert? 5 ways to know the difference. 7 signs of undiagnosed autism in adults. 7 signs of low self-esteem in adults. 7 behaviors of low self-esteem in adults. The hidden clue to cure low self-esteem hiding in plain sight. 7 causes low self-esteem too good to not share. 7 secrets to low self-esteem too good to not share. This explanation to low self-esteem you have never heard before. This explanation to low self-esteem you have never heard before. Yes, I'm a master YouTuber. Yes, I can do this. 3 low self-esteem healing secrets too good to not share. You have never heard this about low self-esteem. Low self-esteem, you have never heard this explanation. If I had to start from the zero, this is what I would do to overcome low self-esteem. If I had to start from zero, this is what I would do to change my behavior. If I had to start from zero, this is what I would do to get my life in order. If I had to start from zero, this is what I would do to get my life in order. The Disappointed Seeker's Guide to Life, Living the Life of Your Dreams. 99% don't do these self-help hacks. Busting 100 self-help myths in 20 minutes. Busting 3 self-esteem myths in 10 minutes. If you can spare me 6 minutes, you'll get 10 years of your life back. If you're ambitious but lazy, please watch this video. This is great. If you're strong but feeling unworthy, please watch this video. Please watch this video. Man, ambitious but lazy. This is like really good. How do you know if you're autistic? 9 common ways to discover your autism as an adult. How do you know if you really have low self-esteem? How do you know if you are insecure about yourself? You're not insecure. The real reason why you X. You're not sabotaging. The real reason why you don't X. You're not insecure. You're not behind. You're not sabotaging. You're not behind. You're not stupid. You are not lazy. The ambitious person's guide to taking action. The ambitious but lazy person's guide to taking action. You're not lazy. You're not autistic. 65 reasons you can't be autistic. You don't have low self-esteem. 65 reasons why you don't have low self-esteem. Stop trying to be normal. Are you masking? What is the best strategy? The true cost of autistic masking. Damaging effects of unconscious masking. Autism and sleep. Why am I always tired? Excessive daytime sleepiness. Low self-esteem and sleep. Why am I always tired? This is very decent. Der Zeitgeist dieser Session. Oh, es ist so leicht, so fun and easy hier zu üben. Yes. Der Anchorman, let's go. Yes, I'm a creator. Yes, I'm doing this. Yes, this is easy. Yes, this is easy. Alright, let's keep reading through this and keep going. Preparing myself to be the YouTuber that I am, period. Comparing oneself with others, releasing self-directed anger. Belief, if I just treat myself harshly, I might change. If I feel truly sad, others might pay attention to us. Sadness, calling to truly live the life of your dreams, calling to integrate a certain part of yours. It might be due to the belief of insufficiency, explanation of the core wound, of how wanting to be different than we are comes from, healing the belief of insufficiency, leading to truly living your unique strength, calling to courage to be yourself and do what you're truly here to do. How to stop that? Various levels, action steps, putting social media away. If you can't do that, try spending more time with friends. If you don't have time for that, optimize your nutrition intake and media consumption, or going out on the weekend. Staying away from gyms or nightclubs for a certain amount of time, or going out in public. Learning to be yourself and acknowledge your own unique strength. Giving yourself permission to truly be yourself, living your own unique strength, mindset shifts. Life's too short to value other people's opinion about your life. Others also don't respect that, especially now when people are generally afraid. If you have the courage to be yourself, you can be an inspiration to others as well. Why you reminisce about past relationships, self-directed anger, sadness release, oftentimes memories that are related to other people. There might be a part of this person that you reminisce, that you feel you are not getting in your current relationship. There may be a part of that person that you are missing in yourself. We don't see in life, but we see ourselves in life. Why do people walk on eggshells around a partner? Underlying issue, needing love from the outside. This is coming from not feeling a lot of love within, parts that are being made wrong. Growing up and making these parts wrong. As an adult, we don't have the necessary acceptance of ourselves. This lack of acceptance manifests in all kinds of ways. Poor health due to poor food, call for comfort through movies, food, certain comfortable friends. These decisions come with consequences. Not wanting to upset the partner. If it is that your partner overreacts, you might have attracted a partner by you making wrong your own anger. If you're generally upset, not based on his reactions, solutions, mature way of communicating, addressing topics without accusation. Here's what often happens. We bottle it up and then it breaks out of us in accusation. Uncomfortable with the partner's independence. Oftentimes we feel uncomfortable because of the fear of losing the partner. Why do people tend to assume the worst? Release of anger, release of sadness, excuse to not try. If it goes bad anyways, then you won't need to face the realization that you might not be good enough when it doesn't work. Leading to sadness, giving us a connection with other people. Feeling you need to justify yourself in front of others, especially authority or an intimate partner. Mindset, It does not help to justify yourself, it will lose respect from the person that you are justifying yourself to. Deep-seated lack of self-esteem, where the sense of self-esteem is coming from. Justifying is basically wanting to assure the connection even in a bad outcome. The outcome is that the other person remains with the same level of esteem for you, but the truth is that your esteem will be lower than it is if you didn't justify yourself. Habitually justifying yourself can come from a deeper issue, feeling that you are generally not okay the way that you are. Justification can be because you want to try again. Solutions: habits to strengthen the body, self-love incantations, doing the right things without doing compromises. Or why do we avoid addressing uncomfortable conversation topics? Why are we not having had conversations that we actually would need to have? It is related to comfort and in so related to love. Why do we feel a lack of love or comfort so that we feel the need to preserve the little bit that we do have? It could be due to having manifested a life where we have a lot of cluttered life circumstances. Generally, we are in times where there's a lot of additional load on people's shoulders. Having a little love inside for yourself. Solutions. Skill level solution. It gets easier the more you do it. It is a skill that you at some point will just need to learn. When you have family, children, a partner, or in friendships. The more you do it, the less energy it does take. To be expected. It will be hard in the beginning and you will be going back and forth because it does cost energy. So there will be times where you feel you should and you won't because you're lacking the energy and the willpower in the moment. In these moments it is important to not beat yourself up. Oftentimes people tend to beat themselves up in these moments because it is a tension release pattern or leading into sadness. Or it gives us the promise and the comfort and connection. Why it is so hard to apologize for us? Apologies seem to lower our status in other people's eyes. It feels like you need to overcome yourself and your ego. But it is healing and it serves the relationship. Do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? Why do we feel overly competitive with others and how to overcome that situation? You might go through public and you see that you just feel competitive with. And you see people that you just feel competitive with. You want to be better than them. This oftentimes then turns around quickly into feeling inferior to them. Whenever you have times where you feel that you have little energy or something just feels broken, you just feel not good enough. Here is where this may come from. Low self-esteem, feeling not good enough. Early on, love was strung to achievement. Now you believe you need to perform in relation to others to earn their love. Both men and women have this today. It feels like you are competing with people on the same sex for your... Both men and women have this today. It feels like you are competing with people on the same sex than you for potential partners. This is really based on a merit-based way of looking at love. It is true that to a certain degree, you will have to earn a good partner. No good partner that has plenty of good options will choose you when you're not living your life in a pure way. But earning a partner might just mean to stop the comparing and to actually be okay the way that you are. Because when you are wanting yourself to be different than you are, you will also invariably want a partner to be different than he or she is. Solutions. Having the conversation with your partner, with friends, with a random group of people. Use your time for healing instead of partying. Party times are over. If you don't have a lot to celebrate right now, you gotta work, not party. Earn the partying for celebration when you have achieved it on the right path. Live the life of your dreams and employing your unique strength and talents to live the life of your dreams. What might get in the way? Fear, mistrust in others, not believing that you have a future or a good future. Here's where this pattern may come from. Generally low self-esteem, sadness, access to guilt, anger release pattern. Feeling like you're never getting satisfied in life. Satisfaction may come from the deeper state of fulfillment in life. A lot of overweight people have that. You feel unsatisfied and then try to get more in from the outside, losing connection to the inside. Let me help you understand. There are emotions, which are movements of energies on the surface, and then there is the deeper state of fulfillment underneath. The deeper state of fulfillment is found when we have, number one, silence of mind. Harder than ever with more demands. That's why we need to have a higher standard for cutting out noise out of our lives. You will cleanse, clarify, and purify. Second, allowing every emotion. Gaining access to self-love and self-acceptance. Self-acceptance does not mean that you are making right what is right now, but it means that you are coming to a place of making peace with the way that you currently are. How to let go of needing to prove yourself. It comes from the core wound, low self-esteem, feeling that you need to earn the love that you wanted. Love substitutes was related to needing to prove yourself. So the solution is true self-love and standing in front of the mirror. That's the solution. Up and down cycles of energy. Getting discouraged easily and giving up. Many of you may have experienced that in your past. You feel like you want to change very much, you're very ambitious, you are very motivated, you want to go, but then there seem to be these invisible forces of life getting in your way, where you feel there's something standing in my way, or I am standing in my way, there's something holding me back, something inside of me, some kind of invisible force that I'm under the effect of is happening to me and through me and preventing me to doing the things that I need to do in order to get to where I want to be. Up and down cycles of energy. Getting discouraged easily and giving up. Being lured in by the upper feeling when you are in the up cycle, because it is the opposite of the feeling that you feel like you want to avoid. It is the opposite of the feeling that you feel like you want to avoid. Not wanting and resisting the downtime because of too much energy expenditure, not believing it will ever end in the upper cycle. I realized that cycles of ups and downs, push and recovery, the nervous system being in a non-elated state is necessary. Affirmations will intensify, will require some downtime. And then the downtimes get less and less. I realized that because of the crashes, I linked pain to the uptime, energy, because I didn't want to be disappointed again. Learnings on manic cycles. When it is finally working, you don't want to let go, and then you overextend because you know how bad you feel about yourself when it is working. It is not that it isn't working, it's the amplification of it that makes the opposite seem so irresistible, and then the neediness out of it to never wanting to let go of it. Sometimes we feel a certain way for a long time, and we believe it will go on like this forever. But the truth is that it will change with time. People adjust to things quickly. So feeling a certain way for just a few months makes them believe that this will go on forever. Why do we attract the same situation again and again? As an entryway to deeper emotions that want to be felt. To draw out the emotions that lead into a healing process. It is energetically resonant to the original emotion and original situation. The self-propelling loop. Looking back and hating myself for not taking action, wishing I took more action, exhausting myself mentally, not getting anything done, withdrawing even more out of feeling unworthy, needing escape to women in order to make my life bearable. All because of this unworthiness feeling and the habit of self-beating. I don't reminisce, I move forward. The balance, dichotomy to be managed between taking rest and pushing hard. Sometimes pushing hard eats into the energy for the next days. Fear. Oftentimes when there's fear inside of us, there are rationalizations that are coming up. For example, the fear of completion, of going on and solving the hard problems of the software product that requires energy to solve it. And then believing the justification that there are just other things that are also need to be done, and I'm going to be with my intuition and not forcing outcomes. Anger patterns. Reviewing and reviving situations to relieve anger and playing through fantasies in my mind of how I am fighting dogs. Weird, violent fantasy. Somebody making his feet nails sharp and fortify with metal, and then fight breaks out and the person tries to pierce the opponent's eyes out. Weird, violent fantasy. Violent fantasies can be due to needing mindless activity and not concentrate so much. Singing, working out, having sex, practicing martial arts all serve that purpose. So, in order to avoid these violent fantasies, I am incorporating more mindless activities for rest. Sometimes anger is used to affirm one's validity and worth. When I'm angry, it means that at least I'm worth something. It also makes you feel your existence and your significance when you don't feel like you exist or don't feel significant. Relief and release patterns. This is a pattern called relief and release pattern. Energy gets expelled and let go of, and in so doing, energy gets relieved. What receives this energy? Usually other people. We want to make sure that the output from this relief and release pattern is positive and not negative. Spiraling. A lot of people spiral. They take bad actions. They feel bad about themselves to the point of feeling unworthy and tell themselves their own sad story for comfort because they are lonely and lacking the comfort of human connection. This makes everything worse. Negative momentum is real. It is easy to win when you win and easy to lose when you are losing. When having spent months in a negative place, it is hard to communicate or talk, etc. Self-responsibility. Undone things affect you energetically. When we give away responsibility, we feel less powerful. There may be limiting beliefs around feeling powerful or being in charge. Self-esteem. The degree of self-esteem also determines what we address in other neighbors, etc. When we feel not strong enough to deal with our stuff, then we believe it is too hard to address other people's stuff on top of our own. How people treat you affect your self-esteem, and unfortunately a lot of us were not treated nicely as children, so we manifest the same behaviors as our caretakers and get similar results because our actions match. When you haven't seen your parents take a certain type of action, then you don't know what that is like. It will feel unfamiliar and novel to you when you do it for the first time as an adult, when your parents never have. When you are poor and you go into abundant and a clean house, it feels uncomfortable because you are afraid of your behaviors that you are ashamed of, that get exposed, and that you behave not the part. So you tend to avoid these environments and only go for poor places with poor people so that your ego does not get hurt. And I've done that a lot in my own time, in my own life as well. I remember when I first started to make this online business happen and I was filming a course, obviously without building an audience beforehand, which I could have done, but now I'm much smarter and I love my younger self for trying hard, even though I was not very effective. But that's what it usually is, right, when you're young. And so I did not want to spend time with friends that I perceived were further ahead and were actually getting it, were actually doing the work, because I was just ashamed that I was not doing the work that I believed that I needed to be doing, but that my friends were. Yes, we are posting easily and effortlessly. Easily and effortlessly. All right, easy. Low vibration and negative energy. Now we're getting to the real topic. I'm very excited to share this with you. Some people attract constant problems because they are in this low energy and make constantly bad decisions. Getting constant refunds because clients are not happy, living in a dirty place, doing some shady thing for a living. You feel attracted to a person energetically and then justify it logically, but it is attractive to you in the positive and the negative because the person is energetically resonant to you and you feel good around them. Some people have trauma images or horror film images in their heads, and that prevents them from thinking successful thoughts. Taking neutral things as negatively intended, as I am here sharing my Instagram reel with myself and others, learning how to be the person that I am, looking the way that I am, right? I'm looking good, so good. It's all easy, right? It's all easy. It is all so easy. 288 views. Who would have known? I would have. This is so easy. All right. We attract more of it because we look for it and we focus on it. I was not able to hate myself towards the life of my dreams. I tried, it didn't work. There's overt negativity and implicit negativity, remarks of regret, shame, self-aggression, etc. It appears that when people are in survival and holding the energy of lack, that they are more inclined to deal with physical things, the more basic needs and basic services, because this is what they concern themselves with every day. So poverty vibration makes people gravitate towards earth, soil, metal, wood, and it did so for me too. When I am in imbalance and my needs are not met for love, I don't seem to receive the inspiration for higher work and higher inspiration. All right. This is fun and easy. Yeah, yay. All right, easy done. Some people find it fit to feel bad. This is what they know habitually. So feeling good and deserving to feel good is a standard of imagination that it is possible for you to feel good. It is a belief. When you don't know what that even feels like, you're not sure because it has been so long. When you don't think what you were about to say, when you don't think what you're about to say or do will be liked by the other person, and in so doing get to the outcome of getting a good response. Raising the energy for speaking from a place of happiness and abundance. Not seeing opportunities because of low energy and enthusiasm, higher energy would give a whole different life experience. When you are negative, you assume that things break and will fall away and that people will leave you. So you test if they really do, and of course you are right, and take the actions that make people leave. When you hold yourself in the place of trust that they will stay, they usually will, and things don't break as often as if they do, and if they do, you move on. It's not the confirmation of the deeper belief that things break at the time that the people always leave. Makes sense, right? Exactly. Not hating oneself, where you can do less than others, will lead to being able to do more than others with time and self-love. A decision based on the perception of lack is almost always the wrong decision. Some emotions are to be learned from because they uncover a deeper issue, and some need to be just ignored. Anxiety about not being good enough before starting something. It is important to not let past failures define you. Failures stack up and tend to affect your self-view. It is important to move past memories of past failures quickly in order to focus on the positive. But what draws us back into negativity when we are positive? Why is that? Here's why human behavior, decoding human behavior comes in, because every behavior has a reason. No behavior happens for no reason. And what we need to understand, in order to devise a solution that will work for you and your behavior, we need to take a look not at the behavior, but at the cause of the behavior, that which makes the behavior appear. And so with that, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say two men are drinking. And for one person, it can be the very physical release. Man, I am sick of this example. I will come back to it another time. Another day, another time. A decision, not hating oneself when you can do less than others, will lead to being able to do more than others with time and self-love. A decision based on the perception of lack is almost always the wrong decision. Some emotions are to be learned from because they uncover a deeper issue, and some need to be just ignored. Anxiety about not being good enough because starting something. This is actually very good content. This is actually very good content. Incredible. It is important to not let past failures define you. Failures stack up and tend to affect your self-view. It is important to move past memories of past failures quickly in order to focus on the positive. But what draws us back into negativity when we are positive? Now that my hair is dangling in front of my head like the carrot of success. High energy, positive energy. In the high vibe state, you see more things as an opportunity, and that way the higher vibe allows you to perceive more opportunities around you. Treating the body well is part of being in a high energy state. If we don't take care of the body and it feels like we can't, then that is probably because of a low vibration state. How important it is to feel strong, and what a blessing that is. A lot of people feel weak because of some kind of affliction, like asthma. In a high vibration state, things organize, thoughts organize. You also have more energy when you are positive. When you are negative, and it is self-attacking kind of negative, you take action with less intensity. You feel less deserving, so you might even feel inhibition to talk to people, and you have less energy overall than when you would wake up just looking forward to each new day. It is written in the face, people who have sexual discipline and control have a nobler face, nobler than people who don't. Shame. When I have things in the shadow that I don't want anybody to know, I may be more prone to keeping myself in the shadows too, not allowing anybody to find out about me. Shame affects us. Our lives are a reflection. Our bodies are a reflection of our inner states. We are not addressing in anybody else what we don't have the courage to address in ourselves. I'm gonna make a video about this as well, for sure. You may know this in the context of meetings. If somebody comes in late and you're not saying anything, then you basically covertly said that this is okay to be late. Or if somebody makes a statement like, this is the best, this is the way it is, but I just need to defend me somehow, but I just need to get my needs met somehow or somewhere, etc. When these are the things, the statements, and you don't say anything, you don't kind of correct that or at least question that or at least post the opportunity that questioning might be adequate in this situation, offering the potentiality of questioning this implied statement by the other person, when you don't say, well, hold on a second, is that really so? Right? Is that really so? Or you're just saying that. Is that really true? I'm not saying it isn't, I'm just saying it's like, you're just saying it so casually. Is that really the way it is? Right? Because if you're just saying it, maybe that you're speaking something over yourself that is not quite helpful, nor good for others, right? And so there's a difference between good and better friends. Better friends are able to point out the things in you that are untrue because they know you very well and they know life and how life works. They can point out to you what is right and what is not. Life's guidance towards balance. All right, some 7 pages. It's easy. Speaking the content. Es ist so leicht. Easy. Life's guidance towards balance. Desire comes from wound when there's a wound. So desire can be created in the moment. It can only be amplified through directing focus. Actually not. I'm actually going to take a rest right now. 33 minutes. It's easy. It's fine. We're making the progress that we need to be making. And it's all good. And I'm looking great and things work out. And so this is exactly what I want to tell you. What I want to talk about. What I want to speak about today. Because only when we really can do that and can make videos based on that, having people understand me in the exactly correct way, then I will find out that my mission is coming to fruition.